Right. So, as part of business analysis, practical learning, whenever we wants to create any kind of requirements, all that stuff, this is how generally the requirements will be created. Wherein I have taken one example of creating an inventory management system. For example, for a project called point of sale system. Point of sale system is basically a system which is used for the billing at the retail store, etc. So that this POS system must be connecting to the inventory management system. Whatever the inventory data that the product's classification list is updated, that can be accessed by the billing person. So how many products were taken by the customer at that point in time, directed will be deducted from the inventory, and it will show you the balance stock. So I have taken one requirement over here, right? So this is a tool normally we use for one of the tool, right? So to capture all the requirements and all right. So here we can see requirements list. In this requirement list, we need to create an inventory. So I have taken, right? So here, first of all, when I have taken, so first it asks you the requirement ID number. Requirement ID number is 01. Next, from where? Because we are creating on our own so that we don't have any source as such, okay? Now, what kind of requirement is this? Is this a functional or performance or interface related? Creating inventory management is a functionality. It's not an inventory, okay? Now, verify method, right? So how are you going to verify this? This is verifying that based upon the analysis that we are doing, that we need to update. Next, is there any kind of risk is involved, right? So status. Is there any kind of use case that you have created? Everything that we can mention. Okay. So if there is anything of that sort, we can create. So this is how generally a requirement that we want to create. If you want to create any kind of new requirement, you can create. Creating inventory management is something that you have created. Now, one more if you want. So here you can see new requirement, right? So new requirement to be added. Creating inventory is created for point of sale system. Second, uh, product grading. Okay. So, or for example, billing. Okay. Billing is one more requirement. Means a person came for the products they have manufactured. So we have to bill that. Okay. This is something that we have taken. This is what generally the billing was. The first one about the inventory. The second is about the billing part as I've taken. Second requirement. So what kind of requirement is this? Billing, we want to know about the performance. I am referring to the kind of performance means which is a non-functional requirement. Okay, which is a non-functional requirement. That's where something that we need to take. Now, performance, scalability, load, availability, reachability, all these work comes under the non-functional. Performance comes under the non-functional part. But creating an inventory system is a functional one. Okay, that we need to mention. Next one about the the kind of verification method we are doing all that. So this is still in the analysis phase as of now. Okay, we are still in the phase of analysis. Next, we must be knowing about what can be the risk for billing. As of now, assume that it's a medium risk we have taken. Okay. Status, you need to be mentioned about the status. Status, which is something that deferred or implemented or mandatory, obsolete, and or proposed. Because this is the first time we are updating the requirements into the application so that we have to mention it as proposed. Once it is approved, it will be approved. If the requirement is rejected, it will be rejected. If it is deferred, because you may require more consultation apart. Or if this performance of the billing is implemented, then it will becomes under the implementation stage. Next, mandatory, okay, obsolete, all that stuff. Status, which is mandatory, because billing this thing will be mandatory over here. So this is how you can say this is how generally the requirement, the second requirement is created for billing. Okay, so this is the second one that I have created requirement, which is medium. So use case, because this is for the requirement that we are preparing, use cases can be prepared over a period of time in coming time. Now I'm going to create one more requirement. We need to mention more requirements over here. Right. So here, uh, requirement for creating inventory I have done, billing I have done. You want to know to update any returns. Okay, update returns, return of goods. Okay, return of goods is one thing that I have taken. One more functionality. Return of goods is a functionality that I have taken under this. Yeah, return of goods is a functionality I have taken. This is the third requirement. First, we need to know the source because we are doing off ROM. Right? So, what kind of requirement is this? Normally, this is a functional one. Okay, you are updating the requirements, all that stuff. Next, we need to update the verify method. So, verify method, wherein which method is this, right? So, return of goods as an analysis phase. Still, we are in the stage of analysis. What kind of risk that was identified? So, this is a low risk I have identified. We need to mention about the status. Status as of now, it is proposed. Okay, proposed status was. Yeah. So this is how generally the requirements we need to capture, requirements we have to update. There are two ways. One, you can create some documents, right? So we have documents available where we can create some requirements list using the documentation or the templates available in the industry, in the market when we are working on the projects, the previous ones, everything can be used. Or there are tools available now and then wherein we can create these requirements and all everything using these tools as a part of business analyst. This is nothing to do with any technology or a domain. This is what and how usually the requirements to be created, requirements to be updated. This is what this is all about.